And we're back in with the Mini GP 110s Junior SM90s race number 2. Dan Stevenson starts this one on pole position with Luca Wilkinson in second place. Joe Mostica, in absence of his father, lines up in third. George Bowes will be fourth for this one, Ruby Booth fifth, and Hudson Cooper will be starting in sixth. Ralph Croft is in seventh, Joel Grieg in eighth. Lining up on the grid in ninth will be George Bartle. Charlie Pearson will be in 10th, Brooke Champion 11th, and Charlie's cousin Ollie in 12th. Thank you to Emma for all that information. Jack Newton is in 13th, Billy Carter will be 14th, and last but not least, Charlie Ward starts this one 15th place. 15 bikes will be out for this one. Mason Greasley did not set a time and is not out for the racing. And round come the bikes for the grid.
Yeah, we were having a good conversation about that, about, oh, your cousins have the same last name as yours, and I was saying, well, mine don't.
Yes.
I thought...
We've established that your dad has to have a brother for them to have the same surname, which is therefore quite unlikely, because if your parents have an average number of siblings, typically your dad would have a sister, I guess. I'm not quite altogether sure, but most of my cousins have the same surname as me, which I've only just realised is unusual.
My cousins have all got completely different names to me. So there you go. That's why I was like, oh, they're brothers. But they're not, they're cousins.
Yes. The two Pearsons are cousins. We've got some good luck messages coming in for those cousins as well. From Jack Castleton. We've also got a good luck message for Billy Carter.
Green flag goes up though, and we're racing, and it's a good start from all apart from the 28. It's gone backwards, and a dad jumps onto the grid right in front of other bikes and almost gets taken out. I say, that was the start master's having a serious word with him now, saying that was a very silly thing to do, and he almost got collected there by another bike, but manages to get away with it, and in the lead goes the number 11 of Daniel Stevenson, and George Bowes just close behind him.
Yeah, I think that was Luca Wilkinson who struggled to get away from the front row of the grid.
I think you are right, yeah. I think it was the 28, I think it was.
76. Very similar looking numbers.
Are they?
Well, the 7 and the 2 and the 6 and the 8 quite similar.
Oh, yeah, that's very true. There we go, but as the race continues, the marshals get into their relative spots as we go back down into the final corner.
Dan Stevenson leads from the first lap. Now up into second place goes George Bowes. Joe Mostica.
Oh, and there's a rider down in the final hairpin, so I can't quite see what the bike is. The rider's up on their feet, though, at the edge of the circuit.
It might be Wilkinson. I think it's Wilkinson.
Is it Wilkinson?
It's Luca Wilkinson. He's the only one who's not come through timing, and it's his blue bike that we can have seen. He's being attended to on the last corner. So Wilkinson, after failing to make the start, is out of this one. He's looking to make up places into the last corner to make up for that start, and was unable to do so.
Big shame for Luca Wilkinson there, but as you see, the rest of the grid now making their way through. Still, of course, got a yellow flag in the final sector. They're just getting the bike across the tyre wall now.
Through come our leaders then. The yellow flag waves. Dan Stevenson still leads this one from George Bowes. Joe Mostica holds third, and then fourth we have Joel Grieg. Ruby Booth very close behind him in fifth. Those two are always battling here at BMB. Ralph Croft is sixth, George Bartle seventh, and then the first of the cousins, Charlie Pearson, is up into eighth. Hudson Cooper's ninth, Jack Newton 10th, Brooke Champion 11th, Ollie Pearson is in 12th, Billy Carter 13th, and Charlie Ward 14th. The last of your runners.
Yeah, so good start then from the front. Daniel Stevenson gap of less than a second though from Bowes. Bowes keeping him under pressure. They always seem to be, let's say, always going, aren't they? So
we're looking at Joel Grieg and Ruby Booth here going through the Dell. They're very close together out on track. As mentioned, they always have a good battle.
They do indeed, don't they? It's a battle for fourth place. Let's just see what they can do, and there we go into the final corner, heavy on the brakes. Goes these two. as they cross the line now. Good luck, Daniel, number 11. So again, some more support coming in, left, right and centre on the stream there. Do please keep them coming in. There we go.
It's a happy birthday. You've almost shared a birthday with someone, Anthony.
Oh, there we go. This is on the 21st, on the 20th. There we go. So, come on, Billy Carter as well, 85. There we go. So, lots of support coming in, which is good. Billy up in 13th position at the moment, doing very well indeed. Here, again, we're still looking at the battle. I believe this is Ruby Ruth and Joel Greek, I believe, that we're still watching.
Yep, fighting over 4th and 5th. Those are the leaders there, going through the last corner. Stevenson's got a bit of pressure from George Bowers here. This is closer than the race was earlier, Anthony.
It was, yeah. That gap's actually now down to 0.6 of a second, so he is actually closing that gap. Last lap, though, was a fastest lap of the race for Bowers, 57.60 compared to a 58.0 from Daniel Stevenson. So nearly half a second he's taken out of him on that one. So let's just see what happens. 6 laps to go. And again, anything could happen with these two, and they always do seem to give us a good little scrap, these two, don't they?
They do. There's trouble here for the 49 bike. That is, I can't quite see. Oh, is that the 46? No, it's definitely 49. That's Ralph Croft. It's come out from 6th place.
Yeah, it looks like a mechanical issue. He's pulled off onto the side. It looks like he's managed to get it going. Rejoins back onto the circuit.
We are back with our leaders on the start-finish line. 5 laps remain.
As they go through again, Bowes closing that gap. It has opened up slightly, 70 or 7/10, I should say, struggling to get my words out. Personal best time in from Daniel Stevenson's on that last lap, 57.7. Compared to the 57.8 that George Bowes did on that last lap. Come on, George. So good support coming in. He's doing well as they go. So there we go. And this is a battle further down the order.
For 7th place, this is Charlie Pearson, the first of the Pearsons. He's doing very well. It's Charlie up in 7th place.
He is indeed one of the newer riders. So all the new riders seem to be in one big group, don't they, in the middle pack? So they're all going well.
Yep, you can see the new riders by the luminous jackets that they're wearing out on track. If in case you were wondering why they're all there, it's certainly not struggling to see them. It's a lovely day here in Wales, as it always is in Wales, I promise you.
I've had bad weather days in Wales.
That's a lie.
I'm in a very different part of Wales, though.
Lies don't make you cool, Anthony.
It rains in Wales. Just admit it. There are 4 laps to go. Daniel Stevens still in the way. 1.5 seconds that gap's opened up now to George Bowes. So struggling to keep up that pace. And as the rest of these guys go through, it's still Hudson Cooper there on the 217, going in a little bit too quick into the entry of that corner. Just trying to carry a little bit too much speed, but managing to keep it upright as they go through. Race leader will be crossing the line imminently.
Yep, he's caught up to the 49 of Ralph Croft.
Yep.
George Bowser dropped back a little bit. The gap now 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, so losing nearly a second a lap now is George. But here's Brook Champion. Let's see, on the 46 machine, running the only bike in the Mini GP class, in the 110s. That's fun. So doing well, of course. Now there's your race leader, being stuck now behind Ralph Croft. Yeah, it's not managed to get past, and that has allowed George Bowes to close that gap up massively. Here they are on the start-finish straight, and Daniel Stevens still hasn't got past Ralph Cross. They go into the hairpin. Now,
around the outside.
Oh, he swoops it around the outside and almost gets collected by Ralph Croft. Ralph Cross, unaware that he was going to do that, and had to take avoiding action there to not collide. But now, George Bowes is right onto the back, and this has got to have given a boost to George Bowers to try and go for a move now.
Yep, Stevenson lost a full 2 seconds on that last lap. Bowers has got 2 laps to make an impression on the back of that bike. He was close earlier, though he dropped back. It'll be interesting to see what happens now. Mostica further 10 seconds up the road, or 12 seconds up the road from these guys, with Grieg and Booth in behind him. They're just 4 seconds behind. Booth within a second of Grieg. We'll keep an eye on that one as well as this race draws to a close. Lap and a half to go.
Yep, and of course it was half a second gap at the end of that last lap with Stevenson struggling to get past Croft. Let's see what it is this time as they cross the line and they get that last lap board. It looks like it has opened up slightly from that one as they cross the line. Only very slightly though, it's still about half a second, so anything could happen. And now that last lap board's come out, I'm sure Bowser's got the red mist. Let's see what he can do. So, last lap time into Surtees. And there's Stevenson, he's still got Bowers piling on the pressure. Can they go slightly faster in this sector and try and gain any momentum? It looks like he is just about level pegging in terms of pace now on this one, so he's going to really struggle to try and gain momentum, especially without any back markers ahead to try and help him out, to try slow Stevenson down. But Stevenson absolutely flying at the moment, and it looks like he's got this one under control now. He's got one more corner to negotiate. It is the final hairpin where we have seen many of incidents today, but he negotiates it well, and it looks like it's going to be a race win for Daniel Stevenson for race 1 and 2. Takes the checker flag from George Bowers in second position, and then Joe Mostica will come in third position on the 27 machine. Billy Carter, Ralph Croft take checkered in 12th and 13th place. As the rest of the grid come through, there is Mostica. Joel Grieg there in 4th, Ruby Booth in 5th. As the rest of the field go through. So an absolutely fantastic race from these riders. And of course we'll be going into we'll be going into the Parker Racing Stock 140s next, and it will be race B first. The rest of the riders go through.